Hi friends! Today for science, I wanted us to talk about changes, and I have our Mr. Globe here with us, and some of you might still have your little globe at home too. When we were talking about the globe last, we talked about the parts of our globe. There's the very top, the North Pole, and the very bottom, the South Pole. Now, this past couple weeks, we have been experiencing a change in seasons. We started school and it was very, very hot and it was summer. Then the weather started getting cooler, the days started getting shorter, and we celebrated some really fun holidays during winter, our coldest season. And now things are changing again. How many of you have had sunny days where you could go to the park, or nice breezy days? Remember when we'd play outside and that wind would blow our hair out of our faces? We are changing to spring. And after spring again, the pattern continues with fall or autumn, when the plants start to lose some of their leaves and they try to go to sleep for a while the weather gets colder again. Those changes in seasons happen because we don't stay still in space. Our globe is always rotating, our Earth is moving around, and our Earth is also going around the sun. But how does the sun and the Earth moving around it tell us when a season should start, or when the Earth is hot, or when the Earth should cool down? I want you to notice something about your globe. Whenever we talked about it, it's standing straight up and down. But that's not how God designed our Earth. What do you notice about our globe here? Is it standing straight up and down? Nope. It is tilted. So I'm going to show you what the sun and a tilted Earth do to give us seasons. But to do that, I have to turn off all the lights. So give me 1 second. All right, that is a lot darker than it was before. So now there is our Earth hanging in space, and I'm going to turn on our sun. All right, sun, there we go. And if you notice, while the Earth goes around the sun, and if it's on this side, there's half of the globe, or a hemisphere. The top hemisphere is closer to the sun, and then the bottom one here is tilting away from it, closer and away. When this sun is so strong on the top part of this Earth, that gives us summer. But the Earth goes around the sun, and it takes a couple months. So that Earth is going to keep moving around the sun, and then soon the sun will be shining from this side. Now that the sun is over here, it's going to be summer for that part of the Earth, but we were on this side, weren't we? So if the sun is here, it's not as hot anymore, and summer is turning to autumn. The plants get a break, it's not very hot, and it's getting cooler. The Earth keeps going around the sun, and now the sun is shining on this side. Wait a minute. Now the bottom hemisphere is closest to the sun's heat and light, and the top hemisphere is tilting away. That's when we have winter. Winter would be on our side of the globe, and then a different side would have their summer. And then the Earth keeps going around the sun. And now the sun is shining on this side. Now the Earth's tilt didn't change. So it's the bottom that's pointing towards the sun, and the top is still kind of away. So we have spring. It's nice when it's springtime because then the flowers have a chance to bloom and the sun isn't too hot to make them too tired or to evaporate all that water. So when the Earth moves around the sun, It depends on what part of the earth is getting the sun's heat the most. On this side, the bottom is tilting closer and the top hemisphere is tilting away. As it spins, we have summer months here where the top is tilting closer to the sun and the bottom hemisphere is tilted away. God designed this perfectly. He didn't want us to just have summer days all the time. He knew that plants need softer sun. He knew that some plants and the earth need winter time or autumn. It's kind of like our days too. We can't have a lot of energy all the time or play outside all day. You have a pattern where there's resting too, that's our night times, and a pattern with work. Work and play, rest, clean up. God designed patterns for us on purpose. And so the earth is one of my favorite patterns, seasons. Think about your birthday. Is your birthday in a summer season where the sun is really, really bright and the earth is tilting towards it? Maybe you're a spring season where it's kind of in the middle. The earth isn't tilting too much on one side and the sun is nice and soft. Maybe you're in a winter birthday where the top hemisphere is facing away and you get a little break from the sun and it's colder and that's when snow comes in the mountains. Or maybe you have a fall birthday, not too hot but getting cooler and cooler to prepare for winter. I hope you enjoyed that talk. You can also do this with your globe at home and a flashlight if you'd like to see. Just don't forget, your earth has to be tilted, just like our globe there. Okay, lights are back on, and I have here a black paper in front of me because I'm about to create something to help me see the seasons and to help me remember that the earth is tilted and works with the sun to give us seasons. I have a black paper because I like that space is dark and has lots of stars, but you can use a white paper if you'd like. Remember, the center of our solar system is the sun. And I colored my sun yellow, but I kept an open spot there because we all know the sounds in sun. So let's write that together. On your sun, s, n, sun. So there's my sun. And I have here, we have 4 seasons. So I have 4 different earths to show that it's traveling around. And I'll start on this side. Now, if you look closely, let me bring this up. I have an N. Oh, let me get that in focus. There we go. N for what pole again was that? Ah, yes, the North Pole. And at the bottom, it's missing a letter. What pole was that? South Pole. So I'm going to make sure I put an S there to mark South Pole. And just like our globe, let's get this way here. Just like our globe, we want it to be tilted to the side a bit. So I'm going to tilt that and glue it right on that end. That's where that'll be. And to remind us, so now the sun is shining close, close, close to it, and we're tilted so close. So those are our hot months. It must be summer. And I have here a little house with a summer tree, nice and green and healthy. And I would glue it right underneath it there so that I know tilted towards the sun gives us summer sunny months. And then the earth keeps moving. I'm going to make sure it's tilted still, and it's all the way on this side, right over there. And now the sun is shining, but there isn't a place where it's too bright of a, oh, there we go, I got an arrow there. There isn't a place where it's too strong of sun because it's tilted this way. during those months, that's when the trees take a break. It gets a little cooler, and there we go, camera. And we have fall. The plants are now losing their leaves and their color, and we have fall. I'll move that there. And the earth keeps traveling around the sun. Remember that it's tilted a little bit this way. And when it's on this side, now that the sun is shining, that top part is not going to be so close to the sun's heat and light. It is tilted away. And that's our colder months. And here we have our tree. All the leaves, come on, all the leaves have fallen off. And there's even snow on the rooftops in some places. I know a lot of you told me stories of trips when you went to the mountains and saw snow and played in it and jumped in it. So those are our winter months. Whenever you're enjoying snow like that, our earth is tilted away from the sun's heat and light. I can put another arrow right over here for our last season. Tilt. And our last season, these two, we said that autumn or fall, the sun isn't hitting any part too straight on because it's tilted. The same goes for this season here, which is why a lot of the flowers and trees enjoy that season and bloom real nicely. And we have spring. I'll put that there. And the great thing about patterns is that they repeat. They keep going and going. So after spring, then the earth moves around, and then all of a sudden it's tilting closer to the sun, and we have summer all over again. So you have the ability to print these on Showbie. All of these little pieces will be there for you. If not, I hope that you had fun watching Mrs. Gorospe build it. You could even draw this if you wanted. You don't have to just use the cutouts, because I know some of you draw beautiful flowers and leaves and different trees too. So tomorrow we will be talking more about what Rebecca, when she was doing her trek across to Oregon, what other seasons she might have experienced, or what other things in nature she saw for our science. Thank you so much for watching the video, friends. I hope you enjoy this little activity, or that you enjoyed watching it. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye.